once you flush a toilet, it doesn't just disappear. And it takes knowledgeable individuals, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of different processes to treat the waste. You know, it's a very important job, it's a very necessary job, and I think it's something that's underappreciated.
We take society's pollution and we protect public health and we protect the environment. And that's absolutely critically important. The British Medical Journal had done a poll of its readers, and its readers are medical professionals. And when they said what was the most significant advancement of the last 150 years, they determined that sanitation, the work that professionals in our industry do on a day-to-day basis, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that was the most important innovation. And that was more important than the advancements in anesthesia, antibiotics, vaccines, and other things that are typically seen as public health advancements. Our facilities also are critically important to the environment. You look in the 1950s and 60s where you had lakes that were dead and rivers that were on fire and all these really terrible problems that had plagued our society. But we've made tremendous strides in having it so that we can have beaches that are swimmable and that streams that are fishable and that we can enjoy our waterways, which are also our drinking supply.
At Water Resource Recovery Utilities, in cities, towns, and villages throughout New York State, we have people who work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to protect public health and the environment.
This plant was an integral part of Joni Mahoney's Save the Rain program, where we're restoring Onondaga Lake from what was previously contaminated by legacy contributions of pollution. Now, this remarkable recovery has created a resource where people are coming. We have an amphitheater in the background, we have Loop of the Lake trails, we have active engagement of the public with this wonderful resource right next to the city of Syracuse. What we do here not only protects the environment, but it creates the ability to have the underlying infrastructure for almost every type of economic development activity there is, whether it's building new homes, building some sort of commercial enterprise, or serving our community with industry. Wastewater treatment is critical to our economy and our future.
The Niagara River as part of the Great Lakes system is what we really think about when we talk about the water quality and our commitment to public health. One of the ways in which the Buffalo Sewer Authority strives to be a utility of the future is by maximizing its use of its collection system. In our case, we call them smart sewers. We have placed over 140 sensors throughout our 850 miles of collection system. These sensors, coupled with the 22 rain gauges and the 16 gates that we have placed throughout our system, will allow us to get the most out of our treatment facility here at Bird Island.
Yeah, I think most people think like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and we're climbing around in that sewer, you know, with stuff that nobody wants to talk about. And the truth of it is we're recovering all kinds of, you know, natural resources and, you know, using them to be more energy efficient. So we have digesters, and they have volatile matter, and that matter creates digester gas, which is mostly consistent of methane. We store that methane and we use that to run our incinerators and waste heat boilers rather than using natural gas. And that cut tremendously down on our costs. So we're doing more with less than ever before.
Water is undervalued. To keep our water infrastructure safe and reliable, it will take investment, innovation, and most importantly, public awareness at the national, state, and local level. We need your help in communicating this message.
first of all, I would like to welcome you guys to Newtown Creek. Newtown Creek is the largest of the 14 wastewater facility in New York City. We do almost 720 million gallons wet to weather flow in this facility. You know, all the equipment here is state of the art. Our automation here, I mean, we could actually sit in our control room and control every aspect of the plant, from water coming in, wastewater coming in, to the clear effluent going out.
We serve all the boroughs throughout New York City, and that includes 8.5 million paying customers, but everybody who lives, works, plays, visits in this region, we serve them. So we're pushing about 10 million people that we treat the wastewater for. Throughout history, you can see societies rise and fall based on whether they have infrastructure for water and especially for sanitation. Sanitation is the reason why people can enjoy a healthy lifestyle. And it's the basis for our economy. The kind of industry we have around here rely on the ability for their waste to be handled. My opinion is anybody who flushes should know what happens to it and where it goes and what it takes to keep that clean and keep them healthy. We have 1,800 people in the Bureau of Wastewater Treatment who are staff people working 24/7, highly skilled labor force, very dedicated to the work that we do. It takes a lot of manpower, person power, people power to make it happen. It takes a lot of support from surrounding communities to understand what we're doing, and we really need to educate the public broadly about what we provide. So there's a broader educational component we need to pursue.
Treatment plants don't run themselves. There's a lot of maintenance work required to keep them so that they perform at the proper removal rates.
Every executive director that runs a wastewater treatment facility would say is that in order to make it work, it's a team effort on everybody's part. In our industry, a lot of the people that came in the 70s. They're 30-year veterans, so to speak, and we're seeing a very high rate of retirement, and we're seeing that a lot of the younger people that are coming out of schools don't necessarily think of going into the wastewater treatment field. So I think it's necessary that we encourage people to look at our field and see that there are, very good jobs and very great careers working in the wastewater industry.
I'd like to say at the outset just how much I appreciate the work of NYWEA. NYWEA is a terrifically professional organization. And its members, its engineers, its operators, its supporters are at the front line of clean water efforts in New York. It's an impressive operation. U.S. Centers for Disease Control did a study and said that half of the extension of human life since prehistory is due to basic sanitation. Our work on clean water is far from done. Our work on clean water continues. Sometimes we don't think we're making progress fast enough. But if you go back to what the waters were like in the 1960s, the chemical sludges, the open sewers around the state, and where they are now, it's phenomenal progress. Flash forward 30 years from now, and we're going to be there, I guarantee it.
With the renewed focus on water infrastructure, more municipalities than ever are looking at their systems and wondering how they can afford to replace or upgrade these systems. We are the largest and most successful state revolving fund in the whole country. Because of our size and our AAA rating, we can actually obtain very low interest rates, and we pass those savings on to you. For every $10 million that's spent on water infrastructure, that means 160 jobs. I encourage everyone to reach out to us, try to learn more about how you can apply for our programs, see how else we can be of assistance to you, and I really hope that we get the opportunity to work with you to help improve the quality of our water, which is one of our most important resources across the state.
New York's water is cleaner today than it was 100 years ago. And part of the reason for that is the desire and the collaboration of those who work in the wastewater treatment industry, the regulators, our ratepayers, those who work in economic development, in local government, state government, all of those people working together toward a common goal, and that's for improved water quality, improved public health, and a strong and stable built infrastructure on which our communities thrive.